This is Scott McBeath from Comic Excitement Convention YouTube channel. I'm here at WonderCon 2026, and I am here with Craig Miller, and I will now let you hear what he has to offer. Craig, go ahead.
Okay, well, Scott said I'm Craig Miller. A long time ago, I was a publicity executive for Lucasfilm working on Star Wars and The Empire Strikes Back. I started in summer of 1976, 9 months thereabouts before the movie came out, as part of the team to help promote and publicize this strange science fiction movie at a time when the average person thought science fiction was for little kids. We went to conventions, science fiction and comic book conventions, worked with bookstores, all kinds of things to get the word out, because in that period you couldn't publicize a science fiction movie like a regular movie. Regular movies, you got Time magazine or People magazine or someplace to write an article about your movie. You got your actors booked onto talk shows like The Tonight Show. Well, no one was going to do that for science fiction, and no one was going to do that for actors who were essentially unknown. So Charlie Lippincott, who is the head of marketing for Lucasfilm, came up with the idea of taking the film straight to fans. No movie company had ever done that before. And he brought me in to consult, to help come up with how to do that, where to do that. And eventually I became a full-time member of the Lucasfilm publicity team, specializing in all the fan and fanish stuff. And that included not just doing presentations and exhibits at conventions, but working with the specialty press like Starlog and Cinefantastique. And I created the official Star Wars fan club, wrote all the issues of the newsletter, Bantha Track, hired a staff to process all of the fan mail that came in for the movie once it came out. And slowly my duties expanded to where I was doing all kinds of press work for the film, including becoming producer for Lucasfilm on things like episodes of Sesame Street, guest starring R2-D2 and C-3PO, and I operated R2-D2, who was radio controlled.
Wow.
We brought in Tony Daniels to appear in it. I did the same in commercials and award shows. I came up with a promotion where answering machines were pretty new in the late 70s. 800 numbers were new. And I came up with an idea where we'd get all of the lead actors as their characters making statements. And you could call an 800 number starting 6 months before the film came out. So this is for Empire Strikes Back. And get a message from R2, or not R2, from 3PO, Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, Princess Leia, Han Solo, telling you about the movie. And it changed every month with a new message, because back then it wasn't computerized and you had to do it physically. But people called, so many people called the first day, it actually shut down the 800 system.
Wow.
Because the AT&T could not process all the calls. Anyway, so that was sort of what I did, and I've since written a book called Star Wars Memories, which is about my adventures at Lucasfilm and 20th Century Fox working on Star Wars and Empire.
That's Once Upon a Time for yourself?
Once Upon a Time for myself. It's all stories that people haven't read anywhere else. That was one of the things I set out to do when I wrote it, is no one needs me to be the 10th person to tell them how a lightsaber works, or how Yoda was designed. So this is all stuff people haven't read elsewhere. And the reviews on the book, which have been really surprisingly positive, have many of them have included, I thought I knew everything about Star Wars till I read this book. So in that regard, I definitely succeeded at what I set out to do.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now let's say people have gotten excited. They want to know stuff they never knew about Star Wars from somebody right on the inside creation.
Yep.
How do they go about getting this book?
Well, the book can be, it's available the usual ways. Amazon, it's carried by Amazon. Barnes & Noble can get it for you. I've even seen it on Walmart's website, walmart.com. You can order copies of the book. And people contact me through my Facebook page if they want an autographed copy, and I can sell them an autographed copy.
So there is a Facebook. How would people contact you through social media?
Well, social media, the best way is to go to the Star Wars Memories Facebook page, and they can contact me there.
Okay, great. Is there anything else that you think would be folks
The only other
might want to
thing
know
is I
about?
have a second book. The first book came out a few years ago. This book came out last year, More Movie Memories, and it's more Star Wars stories, and then stories about all of the genre movies of the 80s I worked on, everything from Superman 2 to The Thing to Return to Oz, The Dark Crystal, Muppets Take Manhattan, several dozen movies. And then the last third of the book is I've been writing animation for the last 30 years, and the last third of the book is all about that.
Yeah, I see a forward by Marv Wolfman there, so...
Yeah, Gary Kurtz, who produced the first two Star Wars movies, wrote the foreword on the first book, and Marv Wolfman, who is a close friend and at one time was my writing partner in animation, wrote the foreword for the second book.
Wow, so much history, unbelievable. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, I guess that's it.
Thank you very much, Craig.
Thank you.